Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So, Scorpio, this is going to be a different kind of reading for you. I feel that. I know it. Actually, I know it's going to be because of the cards that I was told to take for you. So I sat down and I started doing your reading. So I got about 5 minutes into it and I just stopped because the cards were like dead. They just weren't talking. And I was using the same cards that I've been kind of using all week. And it was just odd. And I thought, why is this happening? And the message that was starting to come through was a very similar message that's been coming through all week about sort of like timing, like the time is now or the time is about to approach for something. But I realized as well, I'm using the wrong vehicle to pull in the message. These cards, it needs to expand this differently, what the message is for you. So I am going to be pulling in the Divine Animal Oracle, and then what's at the bottom? Can I show it? No? Let's find something I can show. There's a lot of this deck I probably show. And then the my Tarot of Sexual Magic, which I have not picked up in a dog's age. Oh, that's funny, because dog is at the bottom of that. So I'm not really sure what the message is meant for you. I'm just doing these open, so it is what it is. Like, maybe it's a message about relationship, maybe it's a sexual message, maybe it's not, because not every card in here is that. And the imagery is really interesting. Like, it's quite fascinating. So I feel like there's a story that needs to be told for you, but it has to be told in an unconventional way, or at least a manner that I haven't been utilizing, like to pull out the message. So we're going to do that and see where it goes. So it is a fairly open message. It's general. It may or may not resonate for you. If it does, there is an extended. The link to that is at the top of the description within this video. And it will be open too. It will, I would imagine, be just like continuing to explore energy and receive messages. So what's the message for Scorpio? What does Scorpio need to know? What is the message here for Scorpio? Shit, yeah. Purpose, learning. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're coming to the time. I don't know what this time is. There's something, it's almost like a clock is ticking down, or it's ticking forward to midnight. And at midnight, something happens. I don't know if it's just like hugely symbolic. You go into like a new cycle. It's been popping up. It started popping, the first time this sort of message popped up was about a year or so ago on my channel. And then it popped up this week in Cancer, and it stopped me dead in my tracks. I said, I've said this before. But to me, that has meaning. Like, it means you're getting closer to something. And then I think it popped in on a couple other signs this week. And when I started using the decks that I was going to use for you, is it still, I tend to mix them in. Yeah, I shuffled it up again, I think. Yeah. Anyways, it was, you could tell like everything was full in this circle except the last quarter. And it's like where you are in the last quarter. And there's something to do for you with this, with your purpose and learning. Like, there's something that you're about to learn. There's some sort of information that you're about to gain. I feel like it's almost as if the last breath has been taken. Like if you were diving down for something, you're on your last 30 seconds of breath, and then you have to come up. Like it just feels like that. Like this isn't something that you can stop. This isn't something that, yeah, like you're on this path. That's been coming up all week too. You're on this path, Scorpio, but and that's what I was saying, like they're all sort of like, the theme is the same. Even I'm doing these very openly, intuitively, but the message is different, and it's like more detailed into certain specifics. And this has something to do with like you're gonna learn some sort of information about something. You have, oh my God. Look at the bottom. What is you have Raven and News. I'm telling you, you're going to learn some. The clock is ticking down. Transformation. God, it feels so close. Like I can feel it. I'm feeling it now. I've never felt it before. I've only vocalized it and conveyed a message, but now I'm actually feeling it. I can feel the cycle. Like I think all of us, I don't know what it is, but this is different for each of us. But for you, I'm in your reading, it's all you. I can feel it. Like I can feel that this door is opening. It's almost as if it's being forced open by pressure. Like, you know, I'm just imagining like the lungs, the pressure in the lungs. We can't take it anymore. You got it. That breath, like it's forced in. It's forced through somehow. And what is this news? It has something to do with a transformation. It's going to transform you. It's going to change your perspective and your view on something in a very big way. Okay, there's something or someone around you that you don't know everything about them. I don't know what it is, but it's been hidden from you. It's been disguised. There's something about someone around you that's being disguised. See, is the shark. And then look, she comes up out of the water. She's wearing the otter's disguise, right? She was swimming with the otters. Like I had to stop and look. Cindy, there's a message in the pictures. So I'm looking. This person is submersed in the water and they're a shark. The shark to me is the symbol of something deep, like some sort of deep hidden secret. And I get that from the Wild Unknown Oracle. The shark is a deep hidden unknown secret that needs to come to the surface. It's like it needs to take that breath, even though sharks breathe in the water. So here it is, like there it is. There's some sort of a deep secret about someone, or someone you know is holding a really deep secret. And then there they go. They rise. They come out of the water. I said it was like the last 30 seconds of breath. And then here they come up. It's not a shark. It's an otter, which is interesting. You know when you look at things underwater without like goggles or anything, and everything is kind of distorted because we don't have fish eyes. So it's like, yeah. And then you see things and they look like a certain way in the water. And then when you come up out of the water, oh, that's what that was. It's like that. It's like you're submersed in something or something. No, someone around you is submersed. So it could be something that they do, some persona that they wear. You may not fully trust it because it is a shark. It's showing as a shark. But the truth is creaking open here. The clock is ticking down. And when it's risen, you'll see it clearly, and it's not dangerous. It's actually the happiest little thing in the deck, the most social little thing in the animal world. Social, happy, wonderful, non-threatening. And this is the news. This is the news coming to you. So basically, there's someone around you that you don't understand fully and completely. It could be a persona that they wear. They could act a certain way in a certain group. Yeah, too. And you just see, like, there's a lot to say. Oh, there's a lot to say. There's more than just this to say. Like, look at this. Like, the vocal cords of the crow are just like, boom, wide open. And look at how much how much news is coming through there. There's more than one thing to say. How this comes through to you, though, I don't know. Is it actually a conversation with a person, or is it something else? I'm only saying that because the crow is holding this man in his mouth, and it almost looks like a knight or a soldier. He has his shield and his sword, but it comes through the vocal cords, but not necessarily through the mouth. Okay, let me know. So why do we have the tarot of sexual magic? The message comes to you now, here. This is the message. This is the news. That's why I could feel it. Okay, because this is an emotional message. There's some sort of emotion to be conveyed here that can't be conveyed through words. Wow, this is really interesting, Scorpio. These are very, like, these cards, they are sexual. They show a lot of the naked body, which is fine. It's a beautiful thing. It's just YouTube doesn't understand that. But they are very intimate. Like, they're very intimate experiences between people in these cards. So, okay. I'm not supposed to. Okay, yeah, okay. I don't know. You're just going to throw the cards. Because typically what I've been doing, I've been like, okay, I'll pull 3 cards for each one of these. No, that's part of the message. Just leave them there. Pull these cards out. What? I feel like someone, like, is talking to you through the cards now at this point. There's a lot of people watching. I think I can show you these. Quick. You have the 2 of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Or the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords. And then you have the Magician. And then you have the King of Swords. So I want you to notice, like, rewind if you need to. I'm not going to hold them up again. Push them up a little bit. With the Knight of Swords, there's 2 people watching. And then with the King of Swords, there's a woman watching. There's a lot of people watching this person who's trying to convey a message to you. This person has been watching you. I really get that with this card. This person's been watching you. I think this person, I think there's something controlling them. There's something controlling this person. They are this person in the Raven with his sword, trying to manifest, but it's like, well, with the crow, he has to keep the shield. So there's something to be shielded. Okay, there's a group of people too, because like swimming with the sharks. You're dealing with someone who's in some sort of a situation where they cannot either express who they really are or how they really feel, because there are others watching. I'm going to keep going, get the cards underneath each one of these. Yeah, this person is watching you. See, that's sitting underneath this one. Like the watching. I'm watching from behind. They like your behind. I'll give you. They do like your behind, actually. Yeah, the behind is all over the place here. They like your behind. So I don't know where you go where they can see your behind. I'm telling you, Scorpio. I don't know what's coming out, but this is what's coming out. Let me keep moving these up here. Oh, wow, this is so weird. It's not weird. It's actually oh my gosh, it's so interesting. Okay, this person, this person watches you, and this person is also watched. This person, for some reason, has to maintain some sort of an image or a persona here, like they actually have control over you. I don't know why that is. But that's not what they want to do or who they are. Actually, I feel like this person would rather be romantic towards you. And again, I'm getting that because here, this is like the control, showing control in front of these people. But what they really want to do is this. But actually, I feel like this person is sensing that you might be a little bit not interested, or at least playing hard to get. Like, this is a really interesting, unusual, dynamic message here. So it does make me feel like this person watches you. There's like admiration here. In all these cards where they're looking, I mean, they are admiring the body. But I think there's more to it than that. I mean, it could be, maybe it's something to do with work or a social group or a church group, something here, because the group is watching and they have to maintain some sort of persona or sense of control in the situation. But what they really want to do is they don't want to have any control issues between the two of you. Like they want to be on your level, like he's down on the ground with her and presenting her with a rose. With the Magician, I got the impression like they are trying to manifest something, but I didn't know what until I put out a card and I got this Ace of Pentacles. So they're trying to manifest a new beginning with you. But like it's very tender, it's very sweet. This, honestly, like two, I mean, it just looks like two people that spent, you know, the night together very intimately and falling asleep in each other's arms. And he's waking up as the sun is rising and just pulling her close. Like it's very intimate. This is a very intimate reading. This is so interesting because it's as if it's an intimacy that someone wants to convey to you, but they can't. So they're literally using it through this. I don't know, their higher self is coming through in this. Okay, give me a second with this last part here with that King of Swords, because then you had the Ten of Swords. I'll do that. The Ten of Swords is sitting on the bottom there, and it's interesting because there's people in the background having a good time and she's crying. The Knight of Swords, the Magician, the Two of Swords, the King of Swords. I feel like there's, okay. Yeah, okay, it's the same woman. I'm like, there's a pattern here. The Swords, the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Two of Swords. God, there's a lot of swords here when I start looking at it that way. The Knave, the Page is the beginning, is the inspiring idea or perhaps the message. But the Page of Swords is usually watching. The Knight of Swords is to want to bring the idea forward. Is also to present, like it's presenting an idea. I think it's presenting an idea to the crowd, to the group. The Two of Swords is the indecision. I think part of that is what is your decision here? But, you know, it's kind of funny because she flirts with him. If you notice that, real careful. Look at this. Okay, he's presenting the rose to her. She's sitting on the ground and he's down at her level. So wanting to be like equals. And she's turning away. And her hand is going, I don't know. But look at what her foot is doing. Her foot is definitely like it's touching his leg. Like, It's almost like there's some sort of game that's being played in the background that can't come out front, and it can't be obvious here. The desire is to manifest this. This is the true desire, is to be very, very close. There's no one else in the scene, and there's nothing to create. It's been created, and it's present, it's physical, it's real with the pentacle. This gets me back to this King of Swords and the Ten of Swords. I need a hot minute here with this. There's a candle that's burned out. So is there like candle work that's being doing some sort of magic, which is related to the Magician? But again, the King of Swords is trying to touch her. He is touching her, but it's not very... This person might have a partner. That could be the thing that's coming through too. This person might have a partner, and it doesn't feel very warm at all. It's pretty cold with this. It's very cold. It's very unequal. And I feel like it leaves, maybe it leaves you being this one out in the cold here. I don't know. It feels enormously romantic to me. I mean, the fact that I would be told to pick these cards up, I had to go looking for them. I was like, Tarot of Sexual Magic, where the hell is it? See, now she has the sword. I need to know more about this King of Swords. There's something that's missing in this, because I feel like, again, with this, like, this is okay. See, look at her hair. This woman is, to me, how I'm seeing it, this woman and this woman. It's like starting out, or even could be this one too, because they all have this red hair. And that's like the admiration. I don't know, you met someone, you had a sense of admiration, perhaps equally for one another, but there was something was hidden here. Something couldn't be expressed. So I don't know, maybe you met someone at a party, but they're married, and there was like an immediate connection with this person, or you know someone at work or someone at school. There's something here, or your church group, your neighbor, I don't know. But now I feel like there's distance with this Ten of Swords for sure, and that's part of the desire to manifest something. But the King of Swords, I'm not 100% clear on that, and who that person is watching. Who is the King of Swords? The King of Swords, who is the King of Swords? Someone who cannot move. The Two of Swords and the Hanged Man. It is them. It's them. Because this was the Two of Swords, we were told, right? There we are, the Two of Swords. It's them. Who is this older woman in the background? Who is this older woman in the background? Oh, it's like you're the one watching. This is such a weird. So the Five of Cups and the Queen of Wands. I don't know if you're watching someone with someone else. And there's disappointment there for sure. There's like real disappointment. This is really, I hope it makes sense to you, because there's some characters in this story, and it's so specific. Like, it's just not being one of those readings where I can say, well, you know, if you've been working on a business plan, maybe, but who is the woman who's being fondled with the King of Swords? Is a new beginning. Oh my God. Sorry, give me a second here. You are the person in both situations. You are the past and the present. The past and the future are about to come together. No, the past and the present are about to come together to make the future. This is so weird. I'm looking at this and I'm hearing, look at where she's standing. She's standing through a large window. Look at where she's standing. She's standing through a large window. She's looking on the other side of the window. If you dig deeply into your subconscious, Scorpio, what did I say? Did I say that in this one about dreams? I can't remember now, because I started the other reading. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to go back. Okay, just give me a hot minute. Okay, let me formulate all of this. This is like really big. Okay, how do I do this and cover up the boobies? So look at these two cards. This, which is the beginning of the story, which is where the admiration first begins, is looking out the window, almost anticipating that something is complicated here, and seeking but it's like you're seeing yourself in the future in a position that is not comfortable with how you would like the scenario to end. But these two, like, so I feel like you're almost this energy in this uncomfortable position where maybe you're feeling either devalued, unappreciated, non-reciprocated, because there's a lot of swords showing up in this. So there's really hardly any emotion that would be expressed in this experience. But I just see, and it's almost like time has gone by. I don't know that you've actually aged. Maybe you have. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe this is something like playing out for years for you. But like younger here. So it's telling me the timeline. And then here, looking in on yourself, almost like comprehending that in the future there would be complication or difficulty, and whether it's almost as if it's on sort of like a subconscious level, that maybe you knew but you didn't know something would become difficult. And then look at, like, it is difficult. There's no movement here. There's no movement. It feels like no communication, not seeing the person, trying to have a new perspective. And then, so this is where it got really weird. I'm like, what's the old woman? But the Queen of Wands is like dynamic and inspirational, really attractive, very sexy. It is you in this disappointment, like hitting this point, it's almost like your intuition was telling you something that was going to happen, and now you're in it. So how do you get yourself into the new future? So, because then I asked, well, who is the woman who's being folded on the bottom? And that's when I got these cards, and I said, and I said, well, maybe I did just say it in my head, I don't know. But to look at the past and the present and the mirroring, like the windows. Judgment, the Fool, and Temperance. These are all big cards, really big cards. For the person who's sitting in a point of feeling kind of like vulnerable. I would say vulnerable in the position that she's in with him, with the king. I know some people don't like these cards at all, but I think they have really important messages, because this is a very vulnerable point for her to be in. She's completely naked and she has no power in this situation. And I feel like this is her realizing there's no power in this situation for you. And then here we have like the Ten of Swords, like an ending. Something feels like it ended completely, and you have no power in the situation. But I don't know what your intuition is telling you moving into the future. I'm going to try to dig that out. Well, maybe you know. I don't know. Why is you? It's your story. But there is a new beginning. Oh, I moved those. Sorry. I don't know if it really matters. A new beginning, a leap of faith, but it starts fresh. It starts really fresh, and it's very unconventional, just like what we've just gone through here. But time, there's time. Time is so important this week. Oh, that goes up here with her. I'm trying to keep all these characters straight. Okay, at the bottom is the Chariot. At the bottom is the Chariot. Now this is bringing up a message that I got about the orcas in this same deck for Cancer. Honest to God, guys, I feel like there's big collective messages that come through, and we have to piece them together. Where did it go? Oh, come on now. Coming out of the water. Again with coming out of the water. Yes, look, see? This was coming through in the Cancer reading. Like, this is what I'm seeing. See how she's asleep? She's asleep. And this is coming from behind and waking her up. That connects. That connects here. I'm just going to leave that off to the side. And and I see it here because in ending, there's a pause, there's stagnation with the Two of Swords and the Hangman and the Ten of Swords, the Five of Cups. But then there is a new beginning, a judgment, a wake-up call. A wake-up call. That's what this is. It's a wake-up call to move into a future that is yet to be perceived by you. It's almost as if you perceived it up to the point of the difficulty, or the most difficult point in it. Okay, I'm going to put the Chariot. That message came through the Chariot. What is the wake-up call? The Nine of Wands. You're not to say anything. I just keep getting, like, for the message that you are the redhead in this. I don't know. Maybe you are a redhead. I don't think it actually matters. I just think it's just being shown to me, like, to follow the storyline. Do you see how he's very, like, oh, gently covering her mouth? That came through this week, too, with something about love and emotions not being able to come forward because the mouth was covered. in another deck. And then here it is, like he's gently covered him. There's something that you need to hear. There's something that you need to be told. Don't talk. Just listen. There's so much underneath that. And then at the bottom. Oh my God. And then the same. There's some, okay, try to look beyond the sexuality in this card and what it's implying if this bothers you. But look again, like kind of like trying to, there's something trying to be told to you. And again, like just listen. Just listen. That's the underlying. There's a wake-up call coming. What is to be told? Why not ask, right? Why am I not going to ask that? What is to be told? What is to be heard? Oh my God, you cannot move. If someone can't move, I'll tell you that right now. There's like no movement. So that's what you're going to be told. There's no movement right now in something. The 8 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles. There's no movement. That can't move. Like that's immovable energy. You are seeing the hardest point in something. You've reached it. I feel like you perceived it in the past as your future and you're here now in it. And you have perceived the hardest point in some sort of journey here. It could be some sort of connection with someone. Maybe this is meant to stretch your intuition. What happens beyond this point of a movable energy? What happens beyond this point? Knight of Swords and Ace of Swords. Don't you worry, it will be coming through. Whatever this news and information is, it will be coming through to you. And it will come through quickly and clearly. Thank goodness. That was just a pulling like hairs in this one. 7 of Pentacles, just things need to be reassessed right now. Man, that was really interesting. I'm really curious to see the comments in this. Like, it seems so specific, but yet not. Wow. Yeah, that's the same guy. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. This is, look at this. I'm trying to cover all the, this is the same guy. It's the same guy, right? Like having to look like they're in control, but what they really want to do is manifest something with you, and this is what they want to manifest. And these two literally look like the same guy to me, just he's got like 5 o'clock shadows. You can tell he spent the night there. It's so funny. Anyways, I'm gonna go doing the extended now. The day's getting late. Thanks, Scorpio. It's fascinating. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.